Alright, I'm finally back on the road. Just as I'd hoped, everything was done by about lunchtime today. But yeah, I was in Decathlon for about 3 hours, most of it outside the front, fiddling with screws and with oily hands. As you can see, I've bought a back pannier rack and loaded all the way up onto there, and I managed to find a spoke key and fit the new spokes. It's the first time I've ever done it, and I still have no idea what I'm doing. So I was really lucky to have the guys in Decathlon be able to help me out and finish the job. The guy in there was like, "Do not tell the manager," because I think normally I would have to pay. So yeah, I've had a huge stroke of luck. I've been cycling for about an hour and a half, and I'm almost back to the point where I was yesterday, because I had to backtrack a bit because there's not much ahead. Today I'm hoping to make it to Italy. I believe though that the border's on a mountain pass, so I don't know how successful I'm going to be. I might have to spend another night in Switzerland, which is fine. But I'm just going to head east and see how much I can get done. It's boiling and I found an oasis in the desert. I was wondering when I'd find one because you see them all over. The back end of my bike now just feels awful. I think it's fucking with the bearings of the wheel or something. And that wheel's only 3 weeks old. I don't know how people manage when they, like most stores have like a 70 kilogram setup with 4 huge big bags, a duffel bag on top, and like luggage wise, I've only got 15 kilograms with me. I've had so many like replaced components, it can't, I don't know. Hopefully everything holds out until Eastern Europe and I can go to a bike shop and have things fixed for a reasonable price. For a reasonable price. I wasn't planning to go to the Matterhorn anymore. I was going to go into Italy. But I'm here at the bottom and I think I'm going to go. It's going to be a roughly 7 hour hike, and it's going to be expensive, and it's going to be very difficult to camp. I know that there's a police force up there, from what I've heard, that look for campers, and it's quite obvious looking at what I'm doing. But I think my plan is I'm going to start the climb tonight and then hope there's farmers on the way who will let me camp on their land, and then maybe tomorrow I can go up, see it, and then zip back down. I'm really 50-50. I just can't be fucked to walk up because it was so difficult the last one I did. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Alright. I just met a really nice local and we cycled up together, and he told me that camping is allowed in this canton because there's so much mountain climbing. I don't know where I heard on the internet that there's police patrolling the Matterhorn to check for wild campers, but it sounds like it's not true. So that's great, it means I can relax a bit tonight. I just have to make sure I'm not on anyone's land, anyone's obvious land. The guy also gave me his business card if I get into trouble, and showed me the local beehives, which is really cool. Already I know I've made the right decision coming up. It's going to add a couple more days to my total time before I get to rest in Hungary, but these views are the best I've seen yet. Absolutely incredible. It's 10 to 7 and that's the end of the sun for me today. I think it's going to get quite chilly later, but I'm so hot, that's fine. Whew. Okay. Also, this looks worse than it is. There's actually a bike path, there's segregation along the side, so it's alright. I found a belter of a camping spot. I met that dude earlier who told me about the bees of his village, and he said all along the valley these villages have their own sets of bees. So I was walking up this path and I thought, oh, there's a house up there, maybe I can ask them if I can stay. But no, it's public land, these are bees up here, which means as long as I don't annoy the bees, I can probably get away with sleeping on this flat ground, and then I wake up to this view. Amazing. And then in the morning I've got maybe like an hour of cycling / hiking left. I think it's the hard bit tomorrow because the roads stop because cars are banned up there, and most people get the train, but there is a dirt path that's available for people that want to walk or mountain bike up, so I'm going to use that. And then yeah, I've got pretty much a full day up there. I'm undecided whether to stay up in Zermatt or yeah, I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow. Eating some noodles, catching up with on some YouTube. Very relaxed. I feel great. I know for a fact that my night now is 10 times more relaxed and enjoyable than if I'd stayed in the valley where it's far more populated. It's a bit more chilly, but it's worth it for snow-capped mountains in the distance. Yeah, love and life. Can't believe that this morning things were so different. I was wheeling a wobbly, broken bike to a sports shop. I ended up getting free repairs. Never think I could make it up here. I wasn't even planning to come up here. I was planning to skip it and go to Italy, because I thought it'd be so much harder than this, but the way up to the Matterhorn is so much more developed than the mountain I walked up the other day. It's been so much easier to make progress. There's cycle paths and really smooth concrete. It's just been brilliant. Yeah, really glad I did this. I think on balance, seeing the world by bike a big portion of it is hardship. You're cold, your bike's broken, your body hurts. I think I've said this before, but the small minority where things are really good, they're really good, and they make everything else worth it. And this time is one of those times, and it will be tomorrow when I go even higher and see a mountain that I've dreamed about for years. If you do one thing for your life, just try travelling by bike. Fuck the plane, going to the hotel, the package holiday, the Costa del, egg and chips, whatever. Fuck it, just get the bike you have. You don't need to buy anything really. A tent if you don't have one. Put a tent on, bring some food and just go out and explore. It's going to be hard, it's going to be much harder at first, especially when you're scared of camping outside, and even if some people are scared of being alone. But you're going to adjust to everything, and already this is one of the most important things I've done in my life, and I'm maybe 4 or 5% into the whole experience. I'm planning to be away for 3 or 4 years, so yeah, I'm gonna set up the tent. It's almost dark enough, and looking forward to tomorrow. Good night. Just filling up. I think once I pass this ridge to the right, I should be able to see the Matterhorn. Really feel the altitude. It's okay when you're standing still when you're walking, because you start breathing normally again, but cycling is so much harder. Oh, I just need to take it slow. I've got all day up there, so yeah. Whew. Finally here. Still having a bit of trouble with the altitude, but that's alright. I just met a lovely family from Colorado. Maybe you're watching, Jeff. Hi. And they offered me somewhere to stay a long time into the future, probably being like 2 years from now. But that's been amazing. Yeah, so yeah, I really appreciate it. I can't really think straight because of the thin air. No one else seems to be suffering this badly. I think it's because I've just come up so instantly. Knees weak, arms are heavy, and I'm gonna sweat in mom spaghetti. Gotcha. I thought about that joke 2 hours ago, and I don't think the payoff was worth it. This route looked much easier on the map. It's very difficult. I haven't even turned the corner yet to get a full view of the Matterhorn. But I've got like 6-7 hours to sundown, so I'll definitely find somewhere to camp with a view. Okay, back to hiking. He's teasing me with just the tip. But it's such a task to see the whole thing. I had no idea. Woo. Just over there there's more white crust over there. But I've got to make it up to the main one. Getting closer. Just need to get past these trees. Alright, I think that does it for me. I've only done about 25k today, but that was one of the hardest days of riding I've ever done. It wasn't riding, it was just walking like a bike like this for fucking hours and hours and hours. It's absolutely beyond words up here. I don't know how far this can zoom in, but you can see the kind of glaciers and then melting, and then the misty waterfalls as they come down. And then they lead down to these. Just making some dinner. I've got some spaghetti underneath, warming, some courgette on top that I'll fry afterwards. I've got a crazy idea. I don't know if it's possible. I need to do some research tonight on my phone. But I need to go to Italy, and in order to do that I've got to go 90k. No, it's a bit less. Almost something like 70k back into Switzerland, along, and then back round over a mountain pass. But the Matterhorn, it's a shared border between Switzerland and Italy. And as I'm looking along these smaller ridges, I'm wondering if I can hike my bike over. I've just looked on the app, on my Komoot app, which has like options for routes for like cycling, mountaineering, and there isn't an established route that goes there. But if the border really is just that ridge, I could definitely get up there. It would take a while, but it would be much easier than cycling 3 or 4 days. No, it'd be 2-3 days. Without the bike, I would 100% be able to do this, I think. But the bike makes things much more difficult. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to do some research on my phone I'll type it into YouTube and see if anyone's done it on foot, and then see if there's an unestablished route I can take. It's incredibly quiet up here. I thought there'd be more people because this is on the official kind of Matterhorn trail, but it seems like I can just camp in peace wherever I want, which is great. Yeah. I've done a bit of research on whether I can cross this ridge into Italy, and from the look of it, this ridge over the top isn't actually Italy. The border does connect to the Matterhorn, but it kind of goes up and down and then like that way. So I mean, I could cross this ridge, but I would still be in Switzerland, I think. And there is information of people that have crossed the border. However, I'm only finding information of people that have done it in winter, and they've skied and then gotten chairlifts either side. So, all right. So update on the trying to walk into Italy over the Alps. There is a route that goes up to the border of Italy, but after that there's no more options. There is a ski lift that goes into Italy from that point, but there's no information whether that ski lift runs in summer and whether they would accept bikes. From the look of it, I can just walk down because this part is a plateau, and then from here there's roads downwards. The elevation of this, the highest point is about 3,800 meters. I'm at 2,200 now, so I'm going to be doubling in elevation. The Matterhorn is 4,478 meters. So I'm reasoning the level that I would be traveling over would be roughly kind of that line. I don't know if you can see my finger on the correct point on the camera, but if you kind of cut off the main big part at the top and into that main line of snow, the point of crossing would be roughly there, I believe. But it's an 18-kilometer hike to get up to there. I'm gonna decide tomorrow. Like, worst case scenario is the path isn't really existent. Someone reacts and calls like mountain rescue. But if you look at that crossing, it's basically going over one of those. It's not like a fall down a cliff mountain. It's just difficult kind of rock. It's walkable. That's what I mean. It's manageable. It's definitely hikeable. And so, carrying a bike, I don't see why not. I'm gonna set up the tent and then I'll think about it again tomorrow.